What's going on, guys? How's it going? Sound good? The mic volume's okay? Need to turn it up a little bit? Awesome. Sounds good. Good to see you guys. Finally got it on a Wednesday. Going to be the regular thing going forward. Good morning to Neil Martin. I think for everybody else, it's the probably the evening to mid afternoon. Snug still winding down the workday. I hear you. I mean, I don't know what the workday is like anymore, but hate to brag, but 25 years of being a firefighter. Now I'm trying to entertain all of you peoples. Good. Good vibes. Good. Ah, a northerner. I used to be from New York. I didn't know if you knew that. Now I'm down here in the South. Hey, what's going on? How we doing? Sorry. Did I lose mic? Screen just for me flashed over and hey, if you haven't checked out this channel, guys, you really need to. Sorry, I missed the live stream. I actually thought it was tomorrow. I thought it was going to be an hour after this time. I figured it was after the group talk, I believe. What's the and then head on over to yours. You get to watch those after. Still staticky? Any better now? I'm switched over to the microphone on. Still trying to work all these bugs out. I don't know if this is gonna be much better. This is the mic from the laptop itself. So I don't know what happened with the audio interface. Yo, 3J, what's going on? I'm saying it still sounds like I'm in the water. Yeah, I apologize. That I'll have to try to do like a private live stream one day with this and see if I can get the everything to work. It seemed like it worked the first time I did it, and then now something just like with this thing flashed over before with the screen that.
Well, now that I got sound back, I was trying to tell you guys before, if you haven't checked out Artist Shred's channel yet, you really need to. Definitely gone over there, head over there. Yeah, I apologize. Hopefully it's good enough that you guys can hear. Yeah, I actually thought your stream was tonight, and I think it was 8 o'clock last night. So I was kind of bummed I missed it. I was actually editing a video that's going to be dropping, I think, at midnight tonight, and I was going to try to get through. Yeah, it probably is the echo in the room. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the channel, definitely, guys, head on over there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've had my fair share of fighting with audio interfaces. Tried to get advanced over here with the Apollo uh, X4. You know, going hey, I don't know how to play guitar, so I might as well go full bore on a audio interface. And another channel. Hopefully, you've seen my video. We're here, Chris. It's awesome that you stopped in tonight. Appreciate it. Definitely need to check out this channel. If you haven't already, that means you're not really paying attention to me because. We have a couple in the chat tonight, but I'd like to give a shout out to our Patreon members since Chris just stepped in right now. Appreciate you signing up for it, and hopefully we start getting things rolling away soon. So I kind of want to roll into what's coming up on the channel itself, and let's see if this works and doesn't blow out your ears. Trying to do things in baby steps, so I don't know if this. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys compared to my voice. Yeah, no, I'm getting crazy pulling out all the stops here, so that was my coming soon on the channel little audio segment. Good. I appreciate you guys putting up with all this stuff too. It's all a learning curve for me. Not just the guitar part, but the my hearing is still intact. That means you're not playing your guitar loud enough. But coming up on the channel, so I like to put myself out there. Obviously, you guys know, and I like to get ahead of things and put my money where my mouth is. So I thought of a really cool way to give back even further. And eventually, when we do hit that point where we start getting to the monetization aspect of it, there's again, I gotta be looking at the camera over here. I'm not looking at my computer screen. There's eventually, if you have been in live streams before, you'll notice that there's a thing called like super chats and all this stuff. So I thought of a really cool way to kind of give back is that whenever there is eventually that option, doing a super chat giveaway, and it's probably gonna be like an affordable range of guitar. Sorry, that was my Alexa clicking there. And so yeah, so the super chat basically, like every time you do a super chat or a sticker or anything like that, no matter how much, how little, because some people's $1.99 is the same as somebody's $50.99, and we all live on different budgets. And every time a super chat happens, I'll take note of it, and I'll get you like one entry into the guitar giveaway that we'll do. And like I said, it could be something like probably like a Firefly or a Leo James or a Tease guitar, something along those lines, just as a way to say thank you. And the people that have channels, that are monetized, you know that like it's gonna take a serious bit of coin to get to that level because YouTube takes out 30% alone from that. That's why I did the Patreon to kind of save your money. And if you do plan on signing up for the Patreon, and I don't want to keep on like pushing it like I'm a salesman, but if you do, just to save you guys some money, make sure you sign up via the internet and not via your phone, because now you're not like when you sign up via either an Android or an iPhone, you pay your respective 30% or something like that fee to the iOS provider. Whereas if you go online and pay directly, you save that 30%. So yeah, so each super chat, super sticker, anything like that will get you into a the drawing for the guitar eventually. And depending on how many there are throughout the year, I said like you guys could tell by now that I'm not looking to kill it here. So if it's $1 super chat, you're getting already 70 cents, and then the government's going to get another portion of that. So for every dollar, it's 50 cents. Through J Music, I still want to be a rock star. 30 years of loud guitars and 20 years of air tools. But you definitely probably have the hearing of a rock star. A lot of good channels in here tonight, guys. So if you haven't checked out 3J Music too. Yeah, no, I haven't reached that part of the algorithm or whatever you want to call it yet on YouTube. I just like to get ahead of it and kind of say like, hey, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I don't expect it to happen until like at least December. And when it does, I'll kind of highlight it. But it's just my way of like trying to make like an extra little like fun thing to these live streams about giving stuff away and kind of putting it on everybody's radar. Right now, I'm using this whole free platform of StreamYard, and realize that you don't get a lot out of that. And I like to use like some of that towards help, like paying for that type of stuff. But I don't know. It's like $35 a month for StreamYard, and the reason why the audio cut out was because the loopback, whatever it was, that I'm using to do both the audio and the Stream Deck stuff, it kind of like said that I need to pay for something. So it's like got to pay to make money, but ain't making money either. Yeah, Chris. So for those of you just that don't know too much about channels, yeah, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get to the point where you can run ads in your videos. But the first part to get super chats and all that is 500 subscribers, which I'm currently at 557 as of right now, unless some of you are hitting that unsubscribe button. And it's 3,000 watch hours. So I'm close to the 3,000 watch hours, which I'll probably hit around like December or so. And still, YouTube could deny you because it wasn't fast enough or whatever. Yeah, and shorts do not count. That's like I don't understand how they come up with things. They want to promote things like shorts, and they're not going to count your hours. It's yeah. Yeah, they definitely. It's mind-boggling if you really think of some of these channels that uh, do a lot of things. If you're going to use StreamYard, that's $35 a month. I don't know how much this loopback thing is going to cost, but I probably would use that because I get the better microphone out of it, and then I could do the fancy little sounds for you. And then if if you're editing your videos and you're using things like Elgato Elements, it's like $16 a month, and unless you're crushing it with 100,000 views, you're not paying for that every single month. Yeah, I feel like in some aspect it was easier for some people to start now because it's like I'm on an iPhone and I have better video than say someone that started like 10 years ago, but they may have a little bit more of opportunity to get those, the subscribing is cool. Hey, Music and Gear, what's going on? Yes, that's very true. Um, it takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of people. I have a support group here tonight of all these people that are have some awesome channels, and yeah, the worst part is when you get some sort of comment on here that you're like some cheap paid shill that's trying to just like you know give things try to get people to spend their money, and you're paid like I haven't gotten paid for anything yet. There are some things I have been given, and there's some things that are announced tonight that but yeah, it's I at least I hate to say this from the other people that have the full time jobs that are still grinding away at YouTube. I have the luxury of being a 25-year retired firefighter recently, so I can kind of put my time towards this. But I don't know how they do it, so that's why I try to give as many props to all the guys in here tonight that have channels because it's easily I'm spending I would say at least 40 hours a week. Yeah, oh God, kids. I mean, trying to shoot a video on a Firefly guitar and then having to run the baseball, basketball practice or anything like that, come home, cook dinner, then edit the video, then go back to your full time job, then post it like 2 days later and get 100 views. I don't know if I was driving to work, I might jump off the first bridge that I saw. Exactly. I mean, that's why I do it, and I think that's why the majority of you guys are in here that do it too. It really is a labor of love, and it's not like you see something and you're like, oh, I could do it better, or if this guy could do it, I could do it. Just like you feel like you could do a different spin on it, and hopefully, I'm uh, I'm doing that for everybody. Second round of kids after the first round grew up. Yeah, cheers to you. 60 hours plus. I tell you, I've had some of those weeks, and I got some of them coming up probably shortly because of the regular content that I want to put out. I also have to put out some content that kind of required. As you'll see, we've got some really cool gear that's coming in. Yeah, I tell you, man, I I don't miss those days. I wound up recalling at one time I had it was either 5 or 6 jobs that I was working all at once, and that's why I have kind of the luxury that I do. That's why sometimes I'm gonna see this young face over here, and they're like this guy's a lazy bum. He's probably living off the government. I mean, technically, I guess I am living off the government. It is the New York City government, though. Fret Knots here. You guys, I hope you guys have gone to this channel already, subscribed. I'm waiting to become a member. I gotta do things in like little bits because my credit card statements are kind of building up. So I wait like to the next cycle to start a new one. So it's kind of like not such a big hit. I mean, eventually I'll probably be a member to like 10 different channels and then, be shelling out $100 in memberships a month. But definitely need to check out Fret Not. I give them props. I mean, I'm trying to do guitar giveaways by asking for your money through Patreon, and they're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart, totally free. Yeah, my wife actually says your public probably thinks that like you got some like ugly wife that you don't even want to show off. I'm like, no, it's the complete opposite. I don't want you to show off because I don't want you to like start being maybe like one day like if I do get big, like you're like recognized in public. So it's kind of like I'm keeping the anonymity or whatever you call it. If you don't know what he's talking about, you'll actually see in a little bit because it's a little more magic in another video. But if you guys don't know too, because I don't like to push it, and I know it sounds like I do. I released a video this morning, and I didn't put it to notify my regular subscribers because it's been beaten to you enough. But there's one extra one I forgot. So it was a video on the 3 best places that I think to win guitars. Obviously, one of them was a cheap, shameless promotion for myself. But obviously, Fret Not, completely free. There's another one that's dailyguitardraw.com. So if you want to check out that video, again, not selling mine, but I think my odds are better eventually when they do max out. Because sometimes Daily Guitar Draw, it could be anywhere between like a 200 chance to even like a 3,000 chance of winning a guitar. But they got some really cool guitars, and they're actually doing it for like a good cause. They're trying to make money for a museum, so. Yeah, Robbie. I'm obviously my intention of starting this channel was to capture kind of like what Chris is doing, and he does it a lot better, of trying to learn the guitar. And I just found myself being so involved in trying to actually learn the whole aspect of video editing, which is crazy. I've had so many times where I've had something go wrong where I just want to take my laptop and throw it out the window and just keep on going and plugging along. So that's why I kind of like wanted to do the live stream, because it can we can bond and get a lot of the information out there that I was kind of doing beforehand in these live streams. And it's kind of off the cuff and don't have to edit it, and can maybe alleviate like 1 or 2 videos a week by doing this. Yes, the pain of editing, it's just like I think the magic just comes along so easily. And I'm not really. I used to be good with computers. I'm not really a good person with computers anymore. So the thing I hate the most is with the editing software that I have. It's through the Mac, and when you have a problem, it basically has 4 things. Well, I consider the 5th one. The first is to turn it off or close out the program, go back into it. Then the second issue, if it doesn't resolve that, is turn it off, turn it back on. The third one is to start the program with the resets. Or the fourth one is to take what you're editing, delete it, and then start again, which to me that's insane. And then to me the 5th one is take it, throw it up, give up, and then just go out back today. But so the only other thing with the channel, you'll see in a little bit, I have a lot of other stuff that I still got a video ahead of time. But I was thinking about now, since I've like kind of highlighted the like a guitar here or there, and I've said, like I might have said in a video, like this guitar is completely awesome. You know, like the Tease guitars. Spoiler, still to me an awesome guitar. If you haven't seen, I posted today that they actually have a special right now for $199, where you get the guitar that I had, or in the other colors, the SPR1, and an amp and a cable for $199. That's a great price. But so I was thinking about, I don't know what I was really going to call it yet. Maybe a few moments later, or 30 days down the road, or 6 months down the road, a review of a guitar that I already reviewed that I said was great. Does it still hold true? So that'll be eventually coming down the road. And now going into our next segment. I'll eventually have like little things to pop up instead of just staring at my face when I do that. But that is the sound for the funny clip. I don't know if it's really funny, but since Fret not wanting to see my wife again. A little clip that you'll be seeing in a possible video coming up soon. You know what? I feel like sometimes like editing those things are a little bit easier than actually editing the whole video itself. I mean, editing. Yeah. I know you definitely don't want me to play the guitar because you guys are phenomenal at playing guitar, but yeah, I think I would. I'd probably jump off a cliff if I became an editor full time doing all this stuff. My cousin actually does it. I should give it to him and send it to him. And some people do that. They actually film all their stuff and send it off to somebody else, just in like another cost. That like eventually it's like you're not making. I don't think you're making any money on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're even called. That was like 4 different layers, and it. I said like one day like I might do for like Patreon members like a behind the scenes of how they do that stuff. I mean, you could really look it up online and see how to do it because that's how I found it. Yes, that'd be the ultimate rock star level when you can send off your videos to somebody else to edit. You just shoot it and then just go out to lunch and that's it. Yeah. So the next segment will be. I really have to get the screens going, but I wanted to make sure that this stuff worked first before I jump completely in. That'd be the unboxing music, and we actually got a ton to unbox. Some of you may have came here because you got notified of a short, because I put a short up like 2 or 3 minutes after this started, just to like, hey, check this out first. But the Patreon members, they know that something happened today. So check out the short on this thing after you get back. But some of you may know the pain and agony of this. We got this guitar back. For your longtime viewers, you know that this is the Squire debut Telecaster that you can only get in overseas Amazons. It came back with a little extra damage too. I don't think that was there. So all in all, I spent money on 2 guitars, do 1 review, and then shipping. So I think US this was $199 total, so times 2, and then $173 to ship it back, and then a fight with Amazon for like 3 or 4 months, saying it's over in Germany. Then tell me it's not. Obviously it is because there's a million stickers slapped on that thing, and yeah, so I got it back. So I guess now I can find out what was wrong with it, why the bridge pickup didn't work, and fix this knob and stuff. Look under the hood. I don't even know what to do with it at this point. Maybe refinish it. Maybe like sand it down. Like actually, you can't even sand it really because it's like a hard candy shell. I could just peel it off, I guess, like an M&M. And I don't know if I should upgrade this one because I was thinking about keeping the red one that I have, like, you know, almost as like a posterity piece, because I was thinking like this is kind of like something that's somewhat, I guess, significant in a way that it was like Fender's answer to the affordable Chinese market craze of guitars. I thought it'd be kind of nostalgic to have one, but and I didn't want to mod that one, but now I think I could do that to this. And I was thinking I could either like soup up the Tease Telecaster that I love. That if you guys haven't seen it on Fretnut, you can win one. And take those parts out of it and put it in this one and make it really, really good. As much as I don't really like to mod the Tease guitar because I think it sounds good already, but I could probably do like, you know, some really good stuff to that. And the parts in that thing are quality already. And take that and put it to this one. Yeah, Chinese rebar, it's relic. It would be kind of cool if it wasn't like a hard candy shell type of relic, but yeah, so that's back in the game. Nice. Yeah, they could consider their the Stratocaster, the Fender Road Worn edition. Yeah, so that's back. And then you've probably seen on a vertical live that I did an unboxing. Of this beauty. I have yet to actually even touch this and play this. I mean, I feel like it's so weird because it, not that $799 isn't a lot for a guitar, but I've owned a Gibson Les Paul. It was probably $17.99, and I feel like I want to like touch this thing with like white gloves because somebody from Patreon is eventually going to win this. I mean, so the way the Patreon works is you could choose any guitar up to $1,000 that I review. So if you don't want this guitar and you want the Fesley 350 LP, you can choose that one if you want. But this is the Slash Edition Les Paul, and I tell you, when I got this thing, I was like, I don't even know what it sounds like yet, but it looks so amazing. I'm trying to not to knock this into anything. I mean, it has the heft of a Les Paul. I'm gonna put this thing down before I it is. I mean, I hope it sounds good. It definitely feels good. And if you haven't seen my first like ever video that I did in Epiphone, I got the cheapest one ever from Musician's Friend. I actually still have that in my garage. I've been butchering that thing to make that a like if I ever get really good amp someday, that's going to be like the case model for like a really bad guitar for a really good amp. Yeah, it's a good point, Robbie. So the to go back to that with the Epiphone, I ordered that through Musician's Friend. It had like a tiny little crack in the neck, in the back pocket, and they were going to charge me to send it back. I was like, "You're kidding me! You're going to charge me to send something back that you should have picked up on QC and should not have sent me?" And I checked with Sweetwater, my crack dealer that normally texts me and emails me all the time, the one that sends me all the candy and all the stuff that I buy. And he told me that Sweetwater definitely would have taken that back. And so I left a 1-star review on Musician's Friend. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, we'll pay for that shipping." I was like, "Well, that's too bad because I already took a sander to it in the video." So that, is a little unboxing for our Patreons eventually. Going to do that definitely this year if you're out there watching. And then in the links down below to the video, I added it a little while ago. I did mention it last week, and I think it's kind of cool. Was partnered with Geiker, and it seems like that they do with like a lot of people. So, but they sent me. I'm gonna cut myself over here. A set of tuners that they want me to do a video on. So down below in the description, if you ever need any parts, you can click on that link over there, and it's kind of like tracking for affiliate purposes. But there is a code for 15% off, coupon code. So what was really cool was this is the packaging it was in. There was in another package just like this. So it came really packaged really cool. And here's the tuners. So we're going to use these tuners on our guitar that we promised very beginning and a couple of chins ago. Since my first video, I've lost a little bit of weight, but that's because I'm spending all my money on YouTube stuff. I can't afford food anymore. But we're going to upgrade the tuners on there, and they sent us these locking tuners. Now, what I like about Geiger is that they seem like they're good quality. This is the first time I've ever touched a Geiger product, but it seems like they're really cool. So I got these because they were the closest ones to actually replacing the uh, the the tuners. The only thing I wasn't too crazy about is these like I think they're on the Firebirds, like the tuners, but you could take a little screw, take it out, and replace um, the tuning knob, tuning key on here, and they're super smooth, they're affordable. I forget how much these cost, but you know, some good locking tuners they cost more than like $100, whereas these are half the price. So you might as well go for something that's half the price. Probably not going to be damaged or destroyed, and then you can, if it does, then you buy a second pair, and you're still in less than what you paid for a really good set. Giant, you got a set of these? Yeah, I mean, just over my hand right now, it feels really cool. Feels smooth, and it just seems like that they're. I don't know if it's because they're approaching so many like uh, YouTube artists at once. Not that I consider my YouTube artist, I'm more of a hobbyist, but uh, seems like they got a lot of cool stuff. They have these. You've seen the Bold Shredder, which he's on after this. Not that I'm like his warm up act because it doesn't don't even hold a candle to him. But if you haven't checked out the Bold Shredders live, I believe it's 10 o'clock tonight. Always on Wednesdays. I didn't see an announcement for it, but I think it should be tonight. They told you that they want all rights to yours. I mean, they wanted, I believe the video to use, but I could put it up on my channel. Um, and I know, it's very the whole YouTube atmosphere for anybody that isn't involved in it. It's kind of crazy because you got people like here, diehards in the channel right now that have great channels that you know are clawing away and they want to have their um, control over their stuff and they want to be honest and they're not looking to make a killing. And right now, we're not making great money, so we have to go for the affordable market. And then you have some, crazy, YouTuber that's been there for a long time, definitely earned their bones, but they could either say to the company, "Hey, I want, you know, $4,000 to do this review." And I hate if anybody in here is doing that. I don't knock you for it, but I don't think I would ever be able to be that accomplished enough or that big enough on YouTube to warrant that type of money. So I do kind of feel like, in a way, that I'm not selling out or scabbing like a union type worker, where like, oh, hold out for $500 and a free meal at the Sizzler or something. So yeah, so um, they didn't tell me to. I couldn't publish anything uh, ahead of time. Like like they had to see it first. Because I'm not the type of like I'll either put it up or I'm not gonna put it up and send it back. All right, Robbie, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we're still here. let us know when you hop back on. But yeah, so because another one which I actually got. If you haven't seen my video on the acoustic guitar from Temu, which I'm done with Temu, it's so much of a hassle. I had like a free credit left from all the stuff that went on sale from when I purchased it. So I'm still backlogged on a whole bunch of pedals. Pedal videos really don't get all that traction for some reason. So I've been trying to go for what not that I'm trying to just strictly hit one bass, but eventually we will do those pedals you see that are up on my wall in the background. So I haven't done those yet. But I bought this one or used the credit for this one pedal just to get rid of Timo, delete off my phone. And I got this uh, Pogo Lab distortion to do. And I was just going to do a review on it. And I feel like sometimes, that you buy stuff and you don't approach the company first. It's kind of like giving them free advertising. But I'm looking really just to get the information out there and, get gear out to people. And I find good finds. So I just clicked on this pedal just because it wasn't going to cost me anything. And I was actually just going to plan on giving it away tonight. And I'm still going to do it. But the reason why I bring that up is that the they sorry, trying to think. So I got this other pedal because a company Lekato Lekato. This is like I don't know, you would call it a partner company. So they actually reached out to me, and I kind of feel like sometimes if you're reaching out to me, it's got to be like a scam or something like that. Like this is how COVID 2024 gets started. Uh, but they asked me to do a review. They gave me a list of things to choose from, and I didn't want to be too forward because I'm like, I can't be too picky. But I was like, anything on there would be great to do a review on. So they give me a list, and I'm like, and then eventually I pick something, and they're like, oh, well, how about we start off with these first, and they go with these Pogo Lab. So they sent me this pedal to do a review on. So they're really getting 2-for-1 out of me. Because I'll do these both side by side. And hopefully get some future things from them. But they're nice, seem like small little sturdy pedals. They seem like they're better than those pedals that I did the first round ever from Temu, the no name pedals. Yeah, Keith. I just I stumbled upon them one day, the daily guitar draw. I don't even know how. It was before I started to look to do the video that I just released on them, and I think I replied back to you actually that I was looking to do like a top 5 or a top 10 sites, and I couldn't find anything, and that's why I just did mine, Fret Not, and Daily Guitar Draw. And if you have any other sites that you guys know of, let me know in the comments. But I spent about a week before ultimately shooting that video. And, if you could win something, it's pretty awesome. And none of them, mine, Daily Guitar Draw, or Fret Not, you don't need any talent whatsoever. I love those contests. Not to prolong this thing so much, but I want and this kills me because I won an Axe Effects 2 signed by John Petrucci back in 2012, I want to say. And all I had to do was buy Ernie Ball Cobalt strings. I think that's what he was pushing at that time. And I just took a picture of, at that time I had 4 guitars, a Chapman, a Jackson Dinky XL, a Grosh Stratocaster, and then 1 other guitar. And I just took 4 guitars, 4 packs of Cobalt strings, took a picture, and did like that Instagram thing where you tag Ernie Ball, tag John Petrucci, and they just picked my photo, and I actually won it. And it was way too much machine for me, but I loved it. And then eventually wound up selling it because I needed money for rent when I moved out from my first wife. Because that's the second time around, you know, it was so nice the first time, did it twice. In retrospect, I probably could have lived in my car for a month and still had the Axe Effects, but so that's why too. The Discord to me is really a great way of you guys getting in on things, and it does tie into a little bit in the Patreon. It does open up a little bit more. Even there's one just like a little bit of a thank you. It's called the Buy Me the Beer. That's the first one that opens up. If you haven't noticed, anybody that is on the Discord, there's a section for the people that do contribute to the Patreon where I announce outside giveaways. So I find stuff that I come across and I just post it there. Like, you know, Sweetwater is doing currently your wish list giveaway. If you don't know what that is, Sweetwater, you go there, you have an account, put stuff in your wish list now for up to $5,000. The end of October, I think, they're going to pick somebody's wish list and grant it. So Yo, 3J, thank you for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. Let's catch you around. So I actually, in my wish list right now, I put in probably like 5 Player 2 guitars, Stratocaster, Telecaster, Jaguar. Just actually, not even for myself, but for the channel, for the Patreon members. So I'm really got my fingers crossed on that one. But yeah, check out all the other social media accounts too. And it really helps, especially all the channels are out there. If you want right now, while I'm still talking and blabbering on, just write down like if you have a Facebook, Instagram, because this is a little tip extra on the tip that's going to be coming in a little bit for you guys. If you don't know, a lot of these companies, they look at your social medias as a whole. So like especially my Facebook only has like 50 followers, and my Instagram has like 160. They want to see like vertical videos and all this stuff like that. So a lot of these gear companies aren't going to give you stuff, even if you have 4,000 subscribers on YouTube and you have 100. So please, guys, now if you have a channel in your spam it up. Let the guys know if you have a Facebook, Instagram, because some of them, I don't know too. Make sure that I'm following them as well. So you start loading up people's other social media accounts. So you help them out, and you get them hopefully going with some stuff too. And if you can, check out those Geiger links too in this video. They'll be posted in future videos too. If you ever think about buying something, it'll, you know, the more they see that, they're like, oh, hey, you know, Search and Patron is ramping us up some sales. Maybe we should send him more stuff. And I'm not just trying to get stuff from me. I have something coming. I'm going to announce it next week's live stream. Actually, going to give it away too, because I said, hey, I like to do stuff where I give stuff away to people, and yeah, if you can send me an extra one, I'll give it away, and I think it'd be good for you, publicity for you too. So tune in for next week's live stream as well, and yeah, we're still gonna be giving away stuff tonight. TikTok and you, I despise TikTok, but there's one company loves for me to put something up on TikTok, and it's just like I'm not the social media aspect of it was hard enough for me. I was like one of these 17-year-old teeny boppers that are doing all these dance crazes and stuff like that. TikTok blows my mind, and I just wish they would just like move over to YouTube. And I don't know if that's because that's the way the world is gravitating is towards TikTok. Um, yeah, Chris. So if you missed it, I don't know if you have any other. Let's on any channels that are out here. Spam the comment section right now if you have a Facebook or Instagram, a TikTok or whatever to get you guys make sure everybody's following your stuff. But yeah, that's it. I think for unboxings tonight. Um, yeah, I mean there'll be more stuff too that you'll be seeing tonight that we're giving away because I got to make room for some of this stuff. Because now, I mean, not spoiler. I'm not giving away a guitar tonight, but now that I got the guitar back, I had just had enough that I have every single rack full. Now I have a guitar that's laying around because uh, Amazon Germany is horrible. Which leads us into the fire term of the week. And for your first time viewers out there to the live stream, I kind of like built up like this little thing of where have like a do like a kind of like I'm a firefighter, so get to know the person that's on your screen right now. Every week I kind of because I feel like sometimes when I'm shooting a video that I can't talk because I'm so ingrained into the firefighting lingo that I'm thinking of a firefighter term that I can't say to you because I gotta translate it all the time. So I figured, hey, I'll take a part of my live stream and do something like this. So all this stuff that I got right here is in the fire world called a Frio. And it's pretty self-explanatory what a Frio is. But anytime you get something for free, you call it a Frio. And this is the way the fire, well, at least the New York City Fire Department was. You go on vacation, you are expected to buy like the guys in the firehouse a vacation meal or put like some money towards a vacation meal. Or if you win a Super Bowl tournament, you bought the dinner for the night, and everybody like, oh, how much does dinner cost tonight? And someone would be like, oh, it's a Frio, or some local politician would stop by and drop off a pie or something like that because it was election time of the year. Usually it went in the garbage because we weren't allowed to accept gifts anyway. But that would be considered a Frio. So go back and check last week's live stream for that. Hey, Music Gear. Appreciate you stopping in. just hopefully trying to get a time that worked well for most people. It seemed like 6 was too early for the majority of the people out there. 7 seemed like it was kind of like the sweet spot where it worked for the most. And I was thinking about going later, but if you go like too late, then you start running into other people's live streams that kind of like have their their foothold in it. Like you never want to stomp on the Bold Shredder uh, live stream, especially because people just start dumping out of mine. If I started mine at 9 o'clock and it's going to run over to 10, I believe it says 10 tonight. Keep on saying it. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys there and see some of you in your future live streams. There is a person that I at least know that one person is always listening to me. The term from last week, airbag. Go check that out in the live stream if you haven't seen it. So then go over to, let's see, let's put up here the poll of the week. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can share this. There's a lot of comments in here too. Share screen, and then we go to the poll. Sorry guys, we're working this out for the and then that should come up like that. Get rid of that banner. That was the overall poll of, I just pulled like 4 off the top of my head. Let's see if we can make this bigger. There we go. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, just pulled the four major strings I could think of off the top of my head. Try to get the roto sound in there for the UK peeps out there. Unfortunately, they're probably all sleeping right now. The only one I think out there right now is Neil Martin, that is having his morning coffee. Or it's probably almost lunchtime for him now. But I may try to do like a future live stream during the week and on a time that catch them, because as the audience grows, you get more people that are from different places. So we've got also a lot of different, for obviously acoustic and electric. Dean Markley was another one. So I don't think I ever actually tried Dean Markley's before. A couple people in the hair chat did. And then Rob F was really interested. He's has 8s on his. I've always thought about going down lower. I just didn't know if having to adjust the nut, because most of them are guitars that I own are set up for 10s. I didn't know how much of a difference it would be going down to that lower gauge. I always associated thicker strings with not breaking, and that was just my lack of knowledge. It's really more to that. And then elixirs were pretty popular too. And I used to use them for a little bit, and I thought again that they would last longer, and it just they did, but the way I played guitar too, I wasn't sweating on it all that much, so they probably would have lasted just as long as my regular strings. Then there was one for the Harley Bentons. Why spend loads for the same sound? I guess it's kind of true. I mean, never really done side-by-side comparisons of strings Yeah, so like every week there'll be some sort of poll that will be up, trying to like spread stuff out throughout the week, not to like be constantly in your face, but you know, I'm really here to kind of build the more than just a channel that you just tune into every once in a while and forget about it. That's why I really like the Discord, because you eventually get people in there and start like sharing your own wisdom and things out there. Because I have really great conversations with people sometimes in the comment section, and it's almost like you wish there was like some sort of like like ding 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 here button, like check this out, like this guy's got something good to say. And I finally got that meme generator thing to work in the so at least you can check in there every once in a while. You could hit it so that you could follow it, so it'll notify you every time it goes. But I don't have mine, so it doesn't notify me all the time. There's a lot of stuff in there. I forgot what one of them was today. It was like something like it was like a one liner or something like that. It said something like I met a guy today that bedazzled his junk. Pretty nuts, hey. So really, really quirky stuff in there like that. So they actually are, and that's actually a good segue into the next um, part of the segment that I want to do here. Um, is uh, they are starting to work more on the community aspect, because YouTube is realizing that people are going out to other platforms like Discord, like Patreon, to do things like this. So they're trying to really, I don't know if it's like monopolize. Like sometimes you feel like that they do things for like their own. They're probably always doing everything for their own personal gain, but I think sometimes they do see something to recognize and try to help people, and they are eventually going to make something where creators can, and actually the people that are in the community can like post things too. That it's almost like basically like a Facebook post type thing. The thing about Fast Fret is I always forget to put it on. I probably have like 2 cans of it around here somewhere, and I had the Diadario, I think it was Diadario version of it. What was it, Accelerate or something like that. And now the channel startup tip of the week. And again, I would have had like fancy little screens for you up in here like that, but I actually had to start, I think four. I did 4 or 5 welcome videos that, unless you become a Patreon member now, you won't see because they're unlisted. And it's like the worst thing ever because it doesn't count towards your YouTube watch hours. But it's basically like if somebody becomes a Patreon member tomorrow, they get like a little welcome message from me saying, "Hey, thanks for becoming an OG string bender. Your contribution is really great," and it really is great. But that's just something I had to shoot this week. But so down in the comment section, they're actually, or not comment section, in the description, I put a link to vidIQ. I'm sure some of you guys that have channels already have already done look through like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. But this is another rabbit hole that you go down through channels, is you need some sort of like coaching or help. And there's a whole rationalization of why things aren't necessarily clickbaity, but they kind of pull you in, like the whole, like just pointing to a guitar with an arrow and saying $159. Like there's a whole psychological thing behind that, and that's where the vidIQ comes into play. It's helped me a lot. It helps, make sure that you're checking off all the boxes when you're uploading a video, that you have a good title, that you have timestamps in there, that you have custom thumbnails, that you have your search terms in there for the first, you know, 200 words or something like that, characters or something like that. That you have proper tags, and they always go back and forth between this counts, this doesn't count. But the reason why I said this was a good segue is that vidIQ is actually the one that has just announced that YouTube is going to be doing these more things to help broaden the community sense. So if you go down there, it is an affiliate link, and I don't know how much I get, if anything, but I believe that if you do click on it, you get a discount for signing up. So if you are thinking about it, go on that and click on it and just see what they have to offer. I think they have like a 7-day cancellation policy. They do have things like auto generating for scripts, and some of it's good, some of it doesn't really work. Sometimes you think you have like an awesome title, and it tells you it's crap. So, and again, not all my videos are knocking it out of the park, but it has helped me quite a bit. So if you go down there below, check it out. The at is the only way to get noticed in YouTube chat at searching for talent. Yeah, you know what? It's pretty awesome that you have a decent amount of showing views. If you think about it, like there's 11 people, 10 people. I just upset somebody. You have 11 people on here tonight. Maybe that's including me, so maybe there's only 8. Mom, if you're out there, she's not watching. I haven't seen my mom in 20 years. So, but yeah, I mean, proportionally, like some people have 5,000 subscribers and they have 50 people tuning in. So I think I'm right on track here. But yeah, when you're chatting, if you hit at, it highlights the person so they could see it. Unfortunately, with this StreamYard thing that I'm using, it doesn't highlight it for me in here when you do that for me. So when I had more people eventually coming on, I was going to say if you had like a specific question for me, and this was going to be in the beginning of the thing, so I'll start doing it from now on. Is if you have like a specific question for me, because a lot of times the bantering back and forth, which is great, that's what we're here for. If you had something for me, I would say like hit like a question mark or put like a question mark emoji or something like that first, so it kind of raises my eyebrows that hey, I'm trying to talk to you. Because eventually, when there's 50 or 60, hopefully the chat's going like crazy. So this was supposed to be the industry news, and I really didn't have time to look at something, but that's too recent because everybody probably knows. Hey, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully, see you again. I don't know what. Oh wow, we're at an hour and 15 minutes. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Going pretty quick. Maybe that microphone thing kind of, screwed us up a little bit for time wise. That's why I have like, for the first time you guys saw us last week, I have this like chart here to keep me on pace. You don't want to get sidetracked, but I guess for 2 weeks of not talking to you, I had a lot of stuff. So, had from last week was the Gibson Les Paul Studio reissue. And you've probably seen it all by now on other people's live streams. So it's really not really worth talking about it. But it got me thinking, like actually I was out in the car today, that they reissued the Studio. It's kind of like, the better way to actually put it is like Fender did the Squire debut run to the answer of the Firefly and the Glaries and the Groats and Leo James is that they started the Squire debut to combat that, where they could have just like lowered the price of the already existing Squires. But then I thought about it is they're losing money that way. If you have a guitar that you're selling for $300 already, and you lower it to 200, you're losing $100. But if you come out with an entire new line of guitars that cost you $25 to make, and you sell it for 115, now you're making $95 and $85. So I don't know if it's corporate greed or if it's just smart business, but it it seems like the affordable market still is knocking it out of the park because you can get. I don't know. I feel like sometimes you see a Leo James out there, and it probably can compete with that Epiphone for $799. So just to speed up things a little bit, I'll save it to next week because I was going to do a segment, you know, getting to know you guys more, getting to know me more, and a lot of people are dropping off right now. So I want to make sure I get this stuff out to you guys. Um, let's see if I can figure out. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, it's kind of funky, I guess. It says that there's, let's see, on the StreamYard I have 9. Maybe if I refresh the YouTube over here. Yeah, so that wasn't going to work too well. I don't know. So what I was going to do was to get the participants for the giveaway in here was just to go over to YouTube. I'll show you. Let's see if I can share it. Let's see, share. See, hopefully that comes over that. Okay. So when you look at it from the YouTube, you go to the participants over here, and it only shows. I know Artist Shred said he just dropped out, and it's only showing 3. So I was going to copy and paste everybody from there, but I don't think there's any other way to figure out who's currently on. So if you're still, yeah, I mean, I see on StreamYard here there's 8, and four of you just answered alone. So anybody else out there? I know sometimes people are on their computer, not on their computer, on their TV. So if you want to see if you can hop on your phone real quick and just say that you're here, just so that I can add you into the wheel. let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 so far. We'll give you a couple more minutes. Let's see, because maybe it's counting me, so maybe there's 7. So there should be 2 more if you want to hop on. Because got some stuff to give away, like I said. One of them, get rid of the screen. One of them I already done a review. One of them I still have to do a review. And one of them I'm just giving up on doing a review. So I know I've been promising it for a while, but I gotta make space. And I just gotta remember to add somebody to that one because got 5 plus me showing. So that's it. I think. Let me. I'll share the wheel now so that we make sure everybody's here. There is the wheel. Sorry if you're on your phone. Make sure. So I have Neil Martin. I want to be a rock star. Sorry, still want to be a rock star. Johnny 3 Bar, aka Snug, and Keith Melendez. I'll give you 1 minute to give me a shout to make sure I didn't miss you. Actually, I got to add the person to 2 of the giveaway. So we'll do the first one first after a minute. I appreciate you guys for hanging in for so long. And I'm glad I found out now with only so many people out there that wasn't going to work for a plan. So I'm going to have to come up with something else. I had done last week, I tried to, or 2 weeks ago, I did a where I made a Google sheet and you had to fill it out. And it seemed like nobody was doing that. But I guess maybe after everybody sees tonight's giveaways, they might, sing a different tune. I'm going to check the Facebook again. Just yeah, I don't know why not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have now when I go to what you call it, YouTube's actual. I have all the people there, so officially post them as they are. So yeah, everybody officially posted. So from the previous funny clip, the first winner is going to be getting this lovely guitar stand out here. Amp stand, guitar amp stand, sorry. That video is going to be dropping tonight. You can see it tomorrow if you want. Anybody actually use amp stands? Because I never used them before, and I was actually I hope it came out in the video. I didn't know any other way to really do it. Because normally I mic up the camera. That's why my guitar playing actually sounds better than it actually is because it's usually mic'd up. So you're not hearing the strings ringing or anything like that. So the only way I could do this video was to take the guitar amp on the ground, play it, use the microphone in front of me as the sound, and then use the amp stand and then project it out there. And it was a noticeable difference that way. So this one only holds 50 pounds. So hopefully, whoever wins this thing is, it'll benefit you, or maybe if you get a cabinet someday, because mine's 50.4, so it was kind of borderline. But I definitely would get one again because it, and you'll see in the video if you don't know why, but definitely it's really cool. So we're gonna do that one right now. Where is the wheel? So let's spin the wheel. Ah, all right. My man, I couldn't be sending this thing farther away. And he just says he doesn't have one, but he sees the need for it. Guys, you probably see him, but I mean, most of you guys are diehards here, but Neil's probably been there from like day one, chatting constantly. We're on Discord, on other things. So I'm really, it's I'm glad I got this for free from Stritch, because I don't know how much this is going to cost to send this to way down under, but congratulations. So Neil, I just need you, if you can go to my YouTube, you'll see so I don't spell it wrong. Obviously, it's searchingfortone@gmail.com. But email me with your address and all that stuff like that, and I'll send it out as soon as I can to you. And now the next two are going to be pedals. So for the Patreon members out there, let me just go double check to make sure that nobody else got added in the last couple minutes to so we have nobody in the pedals, but we have Marsha T, our first Patreon. Completely awesome. You write down that Neil got the stand. That is awesome, Neil. Congratulations, man. Hopefully someday we can get you some other stuff too. So Marsha T, she is actually the first Patreon member, but she is in the tonal package where she gets the guitars and the amps. And what I did with the OGs is that, with the exception of the Super Chat guitar, any guitar that's ever given away, any pedal that's given away, if you're in one of those respective categories, you will you'll be entered into it. So fortunately, Marsha couldn't make it tonight, but she's in the giveaway. So the first one we'll do, and that's always up to pedals for up to $200 for the Patreon. We're gonna do those two Legato pedals, but I still have to shoot that review. So if you're in here now, just have to do that one, and then we'll be able to send it out to you. But I'll try to get it done right away. And let's spin the wheel. All right, Chris. Man, I hope these pedals sound good. I hope you like pedals. And yeah, you already have my email. So please reach out to me. Send me your address if you don't mind. I think I actually have it in the Patreon. So if you, I don't want to click on it in case it shows the screen. I don't want to show anybody's information. But, I'll reach out to you if I don't have it. But Chris and I have been talking a lot since we share a common interest of trying to So enrich the guitar community with our poor guitar skills. Although Chris is much better than I. And the last one, it's my own, like, because I changed the rules on Patreon. As far as like the amount of giveaways for those that are first tuning in or didn't see it before. I had originally had the guitar, the pedals set up to $300, and it was only going to be like 6 pedals once it's maxed out. Right now, we only have Marshall T in that category of the being in the both. So that's why she's entered in tonight. So I had originally said in one video that a pedal was eligible for that. And now it's no longer eligible. So I have no time to really shoot this video. I probably don't have the expertise to shoot this video. So we're going to be giving this one away. I know you guys think I'm crazy, probably. A $299 pedal. Still has all the plastic. We're going with that. So I know for tax purposes and everything like that, like if you get something that's new, it's supposed to be claimed on taxes. So there you go. I pushed all the buttons. I tweaked the knobs. So it's used now. I'm going with it. You go with it. I ain't telling Uncle Sam. So I had one of these back in the day, the first version. And yeah, I just don't have, I've been always teasing people like, it's coming soon. It was always up on the desk here, kind of popping up in videos. So yeah, we're going to get rid of this thing. And since you guys listened to me ramble all this time, you're all in it to win it. And holy crap, I can't believe it. Wow. See, that's, to me, that, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, that you guys didn't get it, but I'm so happy she did. She's like on all of like the other live streams. She's very, into the guitar community and stuff like that. And she was the actual first Patreon. And she's the first one to benefit from being an OG. Some of you guys are OG guitar people. So if we ever do a guitar and you're not in a live stream, you're going to be just like Marshall T. So this was totally all random. I can't believe it happened this way. But I'm sorry to you guys that didn't win. But hopefully, next week we got some more stuff coming out. Eventually, we have that Randy Rhodes that's going to be given away on a live stream. But at least we worked out the bugs with 5 people out here. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. It's been a long, long night. And after like an hour, I was going to turn it over to like no longer guitar talk. And we just, shoot, just whatever we want to talk about. But don't want to keep you guys any longer. Please reach out to me. Yeah, I'll see you there too. There's a lot of great live streams. If you're not checking them out, I just ramble off a couple real quick that I go to. Scar My Guitar, Trey Shreddings, The Lamb, Steve Cassidy, John Robson, Budget Guitar Show. A lot of these are overseas, different times. You may be working, but check some of these out. I appreciate you guys tuning in for tonight, and we're going to keep at it. Hopefully we get some more stuff to give away. Probably gonna lose my shirt sending that to Neil. But man, I really appreciate it. I'm so glad. I really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, and we'll see you again. Remember, stay tuned.